Hello everybody, and welcome back to Wellywood Wargaming. My name is Damon, and in this video I'll be giving you one of the many hangers-on in the game of Necromunda in a bite-sized video format. This one is a seriously weird and interesting one. It's the Propagandist. Very, very cool. The model for this is available for Forge World, and it is probably one of the most batshit crazy 40k models you can get hold of. This one actually comes with, what is it, the Propagandist and the Agitator, I think. Comes in a pack of two, like many of the Forge World ones do. This guy is very unusual looking. It's basically a dude with 3 or 4 TV screens on a stick and 2 megaphones sort of slash loudspeakers attached over to his shoulders either side, and a bunch of control panels and stuff on his chest there. So he's blaring out propaganda and misinformation and all sorts of shit on his screens, audio and visual. And yeah, really, really fun. I haven't actually got my hands on a copy of this, but I've seen some really, really nice ones painted up in the Necromunda community. So shout out to all those people that have done a really good job on painting this guy up. Like with all the sort of Forge World paint jobs, I usually find that the details are a bit obscured. It's quite hard to see just how good the model actually is, but I do like the look of this one. I need to get hold of it, especially for the other guy that comes with him as well, the Agitator, that we did a video on earlier on this guy. Anyway, the Propagandist is an interesting one. We've actually got 2 special rules here. The second one is an optional special rule that was available in Apocrypha Necromunda, but I'm actually going to go through that as well and include it in here because I think that's just handy for you. But the Propagandist, you can only have one of them, and they are 30 credits. So one of these guys, well, for one of these guys, for 30 credits, this is what you get. In terms of the stats, it's a movement 4, weapon skill 5+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 5, attacks 1, leadership 7+, cool 8+, willpower 8+, and intelligence 8+ as well. So the stats pretty mediocre, pretty bad actually, and you can choose either a las pistol or stub gun. And he comes with the inspirational skill, which is not one of the best skills in the game, so we won't talk about that in too much detail. Of course, the reason why you're going to get any hanger-on generally is for the special rule that they bring to your gang. A Propagandist, the main sort of focus and special rule that they have here is this. So a gang with a Propagandist can make bold claims about their prowess and righteousness over their enemies, though such boasts are not without their dangers. In the pre-battle sequence, a gang can declare that they are using a propagandist to spread word of their impending victory. If they win the game, then they gain an extra D3 rep. If they lose the game, they must reduce their reputation by an additional 1. A propagandist also improves recruitment for the gang. When the gang adds a Juve or similarly ranked fighter to their gang, roll a d6. On a 6, the gang gains an additional Juve or similarly ranked fighter for free. So 2 things to take there. The first one, rep. Rep isn't always important. It really does depend on the type of campaign that you're running. Of course, rep is a stat that allows you to have more hangers-on. So more rep that you've got, the more sort of hangers-on and brutes that you can have. So that's a good thing. So it really does depend on your arbitrator and how important you view rep in your campaigns individually. But that's pretty big, you know, getting an extra D3 rep if you're going to win. If you feel like it's a scenario that you're definitely going to win, then you're going to want to do that. If you're not too sure, losing some rep can also be kind of harmful too. Of course, you could actually lose your propagandist that way too if your rep goes down too far. That's just one element though. The other element, and I think more importantly actually, is the fact that you can get an extra Juve on top of another Juve from your settlement. So that's pretty good. Of course, it's only on a 6, but, you know, getting 2 free Juves, particularly if you play Cawdor or a particularly hoardy, spammy sort of gang like Helots or Cawdor, that's really, really valuable. Just having 2 bone pickers just to throw at your enemy as extra. Pretty nice. So that's the main special rule why you're going to get this guy. On its own, if you're just using that without the additional special rule from Apocrypha Necromunda that we're going to go through in a second, is he worth 30 credits? Yeah, I think it really is situational, depending on whether you really have a focus on rep in your campaigns or whatnot. But yes, it certainly can be worth it for 30 credits. It's not too much. However, there are other hangers-on that I would definitely pick above this guy to start with. The optional rule here, and the one that I wanted to include in this video, seeing as it is officially a rule, optional rule, but it's still a rule, and it's War of Words. And this one's interesting. So he has a basic action here if he's on the table, and that is rally allies. The propagandist exalts the greatness of their gang and its leader. All friendly fighters within 12 inches of the propagandist may add 1 to their cool characteristic until the end of this round. So you can add +1 in a 12-inch bubble to cool for all of the fighters in that 12-inch bubble, but it is a basic to do so. I mean, it's pretty good because this guy, if he does show up, he's pretty useless at fighting and shooting anyway, so there's not much else he's going to be doing. You can just hide him somewhere, stow him away, and use him to get that sort of 12-inch +1 cool effect. Great on gangs with low cool. So that's a nice little extra rule. It's certainly not broken, so I can't see any arbitrator saying, no, you can't use that one, War of Words. But yeah, it's included in Apocrypha Necromunda, one of the scenarios. Which scenario is it actually in? It's in Twins of the Two Tunnels, which is the one that has the Gorvos Gunk twins in it, I believe. Anyway, that's it for the Propagandist. Lots to think about there with those sort of 3 special rules, but is he essential to your gang? Certainly not. Is he really, really good? Certainly not. There are better ones, but I can see situations where this guy might be pretty useful. So it's definitely worth considering. Plus the model, if you want to table that model, which is a weird and wonderful model, then that's the way to do it. You need to buy one of these guys for your gang. I might, worth mentioning as well, I'm not sure if I did, but you can only have one of these as well. You can't have more than one Propagandist in your gang. Anyway, that's it for the Propagandist. I'll be back with another video real soon. Peace out.